Hi Plymouth Rock. Hi Mayflower replica. Hi William Bradford, governor and historian of the Plymouth colony. Hi kids on a field trip. Hi National Monument to the Forefathers, the largest freestanding granite sculpture in America. Currently on the ferry to Martha's Vineyard. We've parked the car here. So yeah, we're about to cross over the Atlantic, I guess. Well, part of it anyways. But yeah, we're on this big boat. Should be really cool. We have some seasickness medicine just in case, but everything should go fine. Smooth sailing is ahead, so this will be fun.
This trip brought me lots of firsts. Not only was it my first time in Massachusetts, but it was really the first time that I can remember really going out into the ocean, besides, of course, going a very short distance whenever I've been to the beach. Let's put it this way, I've never been far enough into the ocean that my feet couldn't touch the bottom.
We're on our way on the ferry, across the waters. Cue Titanic references.
The effect was almost magical on someone who spends very little time in or near the ocean. Traversing the Atlantic waters was fascinating, and though it wasn't the best of days weather-wise, none of us ended up needing those seasickness pills. Thank goodness.
Took about half an hour, 45 minutes, but we're finally arriving here at Martha's Vineyard. The ferry is in the process of docking. Pretty soon we'll be back to driving and on the road to our next destination. Hello everybody, it actually is Thursday where I am, so happy Thursday. I've had to postpone filming because there's this sort of curse. Whenever I come up to New England, it just gets drizzly and rainy and dreary all the time. So the past 2 days here in beautiful Martha's Vineyard have been rainy and just disgusting. So now the sun has come out, the sky is clear, and it's just perfect, wonderful, beautiful. So today we're going to try to make the absolute most of our time here. We're specifically in Oak Bluffs, Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts. It's a really beautiful place. There's just, in this area, there are all of these wonderful, just colorful, what is it called? Not graham cracker, gingerbread house style cottages. Not everyone lives here forever. There are like about 30 people in this community that live here year round. About 300 people that live here just from time to time, usually over the summer. We're right on the edge of the Atlantic Ocean. It's just a really beautiful community. They filmed Jaws here, actually. And so it's just a really nice place. We've been having a good time even though it has been rainy and yucky. So we're going to go check out some cliffs on the other side of the island in a little bit. So I'll check in with you later. Bye.
Sorry for all the scruff on my face there. Sadly, it was true. Both Tuesday and Wednesday were dreary and occasionally drizzly, but honestly, it did little to mask the beauty and serenity of Martha's Vineyard. I embraced it as atmosphere. We spent 2 afternoons at the Gay Head Cliffs at Aquina. The first was on a dreary day, and sorry, that's the day I got most of my footage. But even the gray sky couldn't ruin the awe that this famous shore inspired, and we came back again on Thursday to see them in full light. English settlers reached Aquina as early as 1669, though the Wampanoag tribe inhabited these colorful clay cliffs even before that. Their community still lives in the town, making up about a third of their voting population. These geologically technicolored cliffs are strictly off limits in a preservational effort, but they are still remarkable to look at, and to walk along the silent beach with the cliffs on one side of you and the Atlantic on the other was probably the highlight of my visit. We stayed at the Madison Inn in the much more heavily populated town of Oak Bluffs, which has over 4,000 occupants to Aquina's 300 or so. This tourist-friendly town, which also serves as a primary docking point for incoming travelers, made its claim to fame as Cottage City, which was the town's original name until 1907. One of the highlights of the island, the town draws ample visitors with the quaint gingerbread-style cottages which were its original namesake. Though first settled by Europeans in 1642, what is now Oak Bluffs drew attentions in the 1800s as a popular Methodist camp meeting site. Once the Methodist campers decided to stay a little bit more permanently, the tents that they pitched at these meetings soon became cottages, and Oak Bluffs soon became a prototype for the suburbs and planned residence communities. Centered around the Tabernacle, this neighborhood is even more colorful than the cliffs at Aquina, and the campground community has been designated a National Historic Landmark. After 2 days of somewhat less than pleasant weather, our last full day on Martha's Vineyard was essentially perfect, as was our last night. Although the whole trip had been peaceful and calming, our evening walk along the Oak Bluffs coast was a blissful and serene close to our island visit.
You see that? That's the ferry we're getting on today. No rinky-dink tiny ferry. I actually probably gotta get going because it looks like it's about to dock. But this one should be fun.
The Island Home Ferry was a magnificent boat, much larger than the one that brought us to the island, and we could not have picked a better day to cross the waters back to mainland Massachusetts. We still had some more trip ahead, stopping in Newport, Rhode Island that afternoon and spending the following afternoon in Manhattan. But leaving Martha's Vineyard behind still felt like a big step towards vacation's end. It was the perfect place for some R&R, and it was a gorgeous landscape to let my imagination run wild in for a few days. I look forward to maybe returning sometime, but for now I had to say,
bye, Martha's Vineyard.
On Friday afternoon, we made our way to Newport, Rhode Island, home of some of America's most lavish mansions. The 1974 Great Gatsby with Robert Redford was filmed here. The mansion we toured was Marble House, which William Cassam Vanderbilt had built for his wife at the time, Alva Vanderbilt. Zach, the whole tour I kept thinking of Fitzgerald's words on the rich, which you referenced in the Manhattan Project. They indeed seem like a different species from the rest of us, living on a different plane. As its name suggests, Marble House was made of 500,000 cubic feet of marble. Their gilded chairs weighed over 100 pounds. Alva had sections of a famous Venetian painting cut out and pasted to the ceiling of her bedroom. And they practically bought a person for their son to have someone to keep him entertained. It's not even as big as Cornelius Vanderbilt II's mansion right down the street, called the Breakers. And to think that these people considered these buildings merely their summer cottages. Guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to click down at the bottom to subscribe, leave a comment. Also follow us on Facebook and Twitter. You can find links in the description. So keep watching, and I'll see you next Thursday. Bye.